All right, Coach. Well, after 3 years as the home of the Chargers, it is most likely the final regular season home game at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Oakland Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Down, 180. 52. We ain't giving them nothing today. Wide, get wide. Who's right, team? That's it.
Now the first carry for Doug Martin. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Martin re-signed with the Raiders May 1st after Isaiah Crowell went down with the Achilles injury. He's out for the year. Martin now in his second season in Oakland, 723 yards last year. His career numbers are so interesting. 6 seasons in Tampa prior to Oakland, 2 years of 1,400 yards, but then he never topped 500 the other 4 years due to injuries and other various issues. But now he says his full focus is on 2019.
Where's 50? Heavy. 52's the mic. I'm going to come back to you.
From the 31, Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard
line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D.
Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
You think you gonna load it? You think you gonna get this?
They run again on 1st down with Smallwood. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now again running right, it's Smallwood. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Wait, 89.
1st down, a run with Smallwood. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Hey, you better be afraid of me.
On the ground, the rookie Mike Weber from Ohio State. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Hit 180! Round 80! Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Man, I got 954. Shit! Mike 5.
On 3rd and short, Smallwood. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Chargers were best in the NFL, 7 of 8 on 4th down last year, and they're going here.
Check the hot read. Switch. Check 13. Hey, Delta. White. Flick.
Running for it, Smallwood. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Down. 180. Let's run. Here we go. Tight right. 3 down. Express. Motion. Reset.
This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Good. Hey, 7:34. Hey, we got 3 down. Check the backer.
Here's Martin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Watch twist. Express. Watch Mike. Tackles.
To throw his car. Over the middle here to Brown. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Bring it.
Carr now to throw. And Martin He's got it complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Martin. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From just shy of midfield, Carr. Throw right side, complete to Williams. 12 yards there and a first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Right down. 185.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Express.
First down. Here's the run with Martin. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, baby. Get that ball. Get that ball.
Now a play fake. Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Carr. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Let's go. Let's do it.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Express. You got to get moving, man. Man, moving. You got to get that. Mike, check 33. 33.
On first down. It's Martin. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Kill.
Check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
It's just me and you. It's just me.
Here's Carr to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And Nelson's got him here right side. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And it's hauled in by Nelson. Touchdown, Raiders. J.J. Nelson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there was a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, go orange. Orange. Hey, zoom.
From the 31, Rivers. This one complete to Smallwood. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
I'm coming.
Alpha! Hey, 79! 79!
Working out of the gun, Rivers. This one complete to Smallwood. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
54.
Defense wins championships, baby.
0.
Rivers again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike 59. Mike.
Bravo.
Hey, check. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
To the air again here, Rivers. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Sack lunch, baby. Yum, 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 yum.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 4th down.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And the throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Rivers now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Hey, Rocket.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey, Haywood.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Rivers. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get
they?
a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, we're good. Blue 80.
Check 24, check 24.
They run it again with Martin. And he stopped immediately there.
Oh, yeah.
Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Now Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here we go on 4th down with Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Down. 180.
52. Here we go, D.
Express.
52's the mic. Watch Mike.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Martin. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
To throw, it's Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver.
What down? 185.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 39.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
180. Here we go. Hey, we're good. We're good. 180.
3 down. 3 down. Kill.
Again, it's Martin. And Doug Martin, you see him there. Still down, slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Drop deep. Deuce.
Move it down.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. off the crossbar and out is short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. On 2nd and 10, Rivers, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Check 59, Mike.
Hey, box drop.
Yeah. You don't want none.
Keep it skinny.
5'9".
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Mike, check. 59.
On 3rd down, Rivers. It's complete to Graham. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
From the red zone now, Rivers. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Check safety.
Q.
They run Smallwood. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
Watch twist. SOS. Safe.
They'll run for it with Smallwood. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out here in the I. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
No.
White.
They try again with Smallwood. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Wendell Smallwood. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. extra point by Badgley up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Carr. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Check. Fresno.
My 52. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They run. Martin. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
They're running it.
Now Carr. Man open left side is Brown. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
And it's 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw his Carr. Got his man, it's Williams. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
What's up?
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Watch the run. You're mine.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
They'll go for it. It's caught. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James. A sack from his safety position.
Round 80.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Check.
Hunt.
On first down, Smallwood. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Easy.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. Load it. Load it.
We got double up.
Now Smallwood running right. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Rivers to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. The dramatic score to tie it, and now they just need the PAT to get the lead late 4th quarter.
So much for the touchdown maker. It's all about the extra point attempter. And I can't wait to see how this one turns out.
So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And they have got the lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Carr to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. They've got to burn the timeout, and they do, but a costly, costly sack. And now maybe just time for one final play. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Push him back.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A great come from behind.